Yeah, I think it's been a fun experience to be here and train here for the past 3 days. I think being at the stadium today was fun. It's a really cool stadium and an opportunity for us this preseason. And I think most of the girls are looking forward to tomorrow and for the rest of the week.
Questions for Katie? Tim, you can go ahead.
Thank you, and thank you for doing this, Katie. Can you talk about the difference in terms of the team bonding, which is always important with the preseason, and how that's been different going to South America for this tournament, and what you think the team will gain from this experience?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of downtime and a lot of time to hang out with different girls on the team and just be in a different environment. So that's been really fun. I know we've had a lot of activities outside of this trip that have also brought our group together. We do have a lot of new faces and younger players. So it's been important that we kind of come together quickly. And that's been super easy for us. And so I think that will show hopefully on the field soon, especially before our first game.
Thank you.
Becky, go ahead.
Hey, Katie. In the absence of any kind of Club World Cup, how important is it to play against teams in another league and be exposed to these different styles of play to build your own game and to build Racing Louisville's, I don't know, recognition and exposure outside of the United States?
Yeah, I think it's huge. And I think it's fun for us to kind of see the different levels outside of the US and the NWSL. I know a lot of people compare us to the WSL, but being able to see these teams in Colombia and kind of get that different exposure is super fun for us. And it's a challenge because we've never, watched them play. And it's something that we're unfamiliar with. So I think tomorrow will be a good indicator of where we are at and how good they are. But we're here to win and we're here to compete. And so I think the mentality going into tomorrow is to, play our hardest and do our best, and we can compare later. I'm not sure if they're not in their preseason, but I think for us, we're not even thinking about that. We're thinking about winning. But yeah.
Hayden, go ahead.
Hey, Katie, with Bev stepping up into the head coach role and kind of getting these new opportunities to go to South America, be in this tournament, have more competitive games at the start of the season, how are you feeling? Has that impacted kind of how you're approaching this season? And just if you could speak to that transition that's occurred.
Yeah, I think we are still aware that we're in preseason, but for us tomorrow, it's not going to matter. But I do think they've been mindful about how this is preseason. I think people will get a lot of different minutes this weekend, but we're still here to compete and here to win. So for me, it's kind of nothing different. I think the first 2 times we played in the Women's Cup, we were in the middle of our season, so it was a little bit different. But I don't think the end game is different for us. We want to win. We want to be in the finals. And so in that aspect, nothing has changed. But I do think there'll be some rotation and girls to get an opportunity. And I think that brings back similar memories of, when I got my chance in the Women's Cup. And so I think this tournament's special for that kind of reason, especially.
Anything else for Katie?
Thank you. And then just
Go ahead, Hayden.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, my internet cut out.
Good.
Looking kind of, is there more of a kind of importance to this tournament, even being preseason, with the absence of the opportunity to compete for the Challenge Cup this year?
That's a good question. I don't think I really thought about that. No, I just think it's another opportunity to, see where we're at and see what we need to work on before our first game at home against Orlando. So I think it puts us in a good spot. The Challenge Cup was fun, and obviously last year we really enjoyed that. But I don't know. It's just different, I feel like.
Okay, different works. Thank you.
Anything else for Katie?